what do UI UX designers actually do? This is a great question that I get asked by all my students, and hopefully in this video, I'll kind of give you the truth about what it's like to actually be a UI UX designer in the real world, and what a lot of other YouTubers, UI UX designers online don't actually tell you about working in real life. So let's start off with a couple of misconceptions. So UI UX design isn't just all about Figma. So when I've been making these videos, I've been researching, I've been helping a lot of students. A lot of people come to this course or they come to UI UX in general, and they think it's all about Figma skills, it's all about designing websites and apps, and it's all about technical skills on the computer. And the truth is that's also where I started, and it's probably one of the biggest lessons that I can give you about what it's like, or definitely what sets apart the best designers from juniors really in the industry. So yes, it's important to be able to design screens for software, but actually I've noticed over the last few years that portion of the job is actually getting automated quite a lot, and this is actually where AI, a lot of people think it might take jobs. I think that is the portion of it that might get taken or certainly made easier, and that's because there's been UI kits made. If you go on Figma communities, you can search for iPhone UI kit, website UI kit. There's builders online, and actually to make a website or an app is simpler than it's ever been. It actually used to be quite hard. You had to do everything from scratch, but nowadays it's quite simple really. But in real life, UI UX design is so much more than that, and that is why it's to me it's the key in making a great digital product. And this is what people don't tell you. So a lot of the job when you go in the company is actually not just about designing the screens or Figma. That might only be 10% of your week, 10 to 20% of the week. And it depends on how quick you are, how good you are. You can condense that down so you're not spending that much time in Figma actually at all. But what's more important, and what other people don't really share with you is what are you actually going to do? What are you actually going to design in Figma? The conversations you have, the challenges, the goals. So whenever you design a website or an app, you need a key metric. Like, what are you actually designing for? Design is taking a problem and designing a solution to that problem. But a lot of companies, if you go in as an agency, you go to a big company, a lot of them, it's a bit fluffy and it's not really refined what problem you're actually trying to solve. And as a UI UX designer, I like to look at it as you are the representative of the user within the business. So no matter what company you go in, some of them know and care a lot more about UI UX. Some of them might think you're a Figma monkey. But what your goal is to go in and to educate the business about user experience design. And that is talking to customers, setting up interviews, surveys, getting to know the people who actually use the product. That is very, very key, because you're going to be the person who's the conduit, is the great filter for all the users in the business. They could be internal users, they could be external users. Your job is to basically get everything that they want out of the software and to communicate that to the business, because sometimes the business just doesn't know. And you might go into a job and you might get told what to do from the business, but really, if you want to go above and beyond and really, really excel that company and prove your worth to the company, your job is understanding the needs of the users, really. And that's where research comes in. So whenever you design a UI UX design, you design a product, you take it through the user-centered design process. And that's got some stages in it. And that's how at the end of it, you spit out a great product that people actually care about and can be constantly improved upon. So you'll go in, your 9 to 5, and sometimes this is actually your job to structure how your day will go. And that's why you work with people in the business. Communication skills are very, very important. Having a good communication with the project manager, having a good communication with the product owner, who is the business's representative. They own the product, they own the vision. But as a designer, I feel like you sit in between the development team and you sit in between the managers, and you have to communicate a lot and try and get the stuff that your users want into the product. So you can set up interviews, you can set up surveys, you can use basically this whole basket. There's thousands of tools available for each step. there's loads of different research methods, but you choose the one that is acceptable to the thing that you're working towards. So you take it through that process, and your day-to-day job will change over the length of the project, really. You're not going to go in on day one and design loads of Figma screens. You're going to go in and actually understand what you are designing first. And sometimes there's a product there already, and sometimes the biggest changes you can do are just small tweaks to that product. It's not saying that every product is terrible. People might really like the product, but your job is to go in, talk to people, and a lot of the time it's really obvious. So people will tell you what to do. They will say, I really want this product to do X, or it's not fast enough, or there's too many options, or I can't find this and that. You get this data, and then you start putting it together in a plan. So once you understand your users, by talking to them, by making personas, by doing surveys, you get the results and you put them together and you say, okay, these are the goals for the project. We're going to do this, this, and this. And then from that, you then take it into a idea refinement stage. You can do workshops with people from the business, talk about them, brainstorm stuff. A lot of your job as a UI UX designer is actually being kind of like the leader of groups. I kind of like to think the design sessions, but they could be pen and pencil, drawing, sketching. Your job is to take everybody's idea and try and refine that mess into something tangible to work towards. Whenever I do a version 1 of a product, I know there's going to be 100 versions later, but my job is to take this fluffy cloud of ideas, of requirements, and to put it together into something on paper. And this is where I use sketching a lot. Pen and pencil, really, I don't care what it looks like. It could look like a child's drawing because it's more about ideas, and I'm no great artist. It's ideas on paper. And then you can then take that into when you've got a kind of a rough idea, you throw away bad ideas. That's why paper's good. Everybody should be involved at this stage. That makes your job easier later on. Then you can take it into design stage, and that's when you're in a job, you're actually going to be, this is where a little bit of Figma comes in. You might be doing low-fidelity wireframes. It could be pen and pencil again. But this sometimes when you're in a job, I find bigger companies are normally better at this than smaller companies. It is getting users into the building to start testing out what you've designed. This is where those relationships come in that you made earlier on. So no matter if you're in an agency, build the relationship with the customers, keep them. And then when you're in a job, a lot of your job is going to be testing, which is probably the funnest thing, to be honest. A lot of people work from home now. You can do testing online. Testing in person is by far the best, but it's not for every company. There's usertesting.com where you can put your wireframes and you can watch people use it. But this is great. This is where you learn a lot from your designs. So you might only make a couple of tweaks, but those tweaks will be based upon research. You'll see people using your initial designs. They'll be like, I can't find the button, and you'll make the button bigger, essentially, or you'll change the color of it. It's as basic as that. And then you'll take this in a process. You'll retest. And then at the end of it, you'll have something which people can use, is solving the problem. And then you can apply the UI design. This is where Figma comes in. But some companies have a UI designer, so you might hand it over at this stage. Some companies have a UI kit, so to make this design might take 15 minutes. Sometimes it's that simple, because you're not going to go into a big company. I'm not going to go into like a world-class company and redesign their whole UI kit from scratch. Otherwise, it'll look different than everything else they've done. So as a designer, you'll go in, you'll be given a kit. Once you've got your wireframes and your designs up to a point, then you apply the paint. You'll have a nice looking thing which looks like a real website or an app. You'll test that again, make sure it's good. And then your job then is to hand this over. You'll work with development teams. That's why I think communication is absolutely crucial in the job that we do. Sometimes you can hand the design over and the developers will make it and it won't look anything like what you've done. So I've learned this the hard way in the past. This is why you need to be a friend to the development team. You need to be a mentor to the development team. It's like an architect giving plans over to a house and the windows being in the wrong place, for example. You need to be part of that process. You need to handhold. You need to be there to answer questions. Things will change. There'll be things that you don't know about that technically you can't do. And then you'll need to work with them together. You are the center for all these different jobs coming together to then design, to make something. So take the feedback, listen to it, apply the changes. Then at the end of it, you'll have a plan which developers can then take, build. But then the process isn't done. So As part of UI UX designer, your job is to then look at the analytics or look at how this thing works in real life and then continue to improve. That's the Japanese concept called Kaizen, which means constant improvement for the better. And I think only designing the product is the first stage. Imagine that as a version 1 of 100. Then the next changes are only small, but you will notice things in analytics. You will notice the way people are using things. You can do more tests on a real product when it's live. But your job is to then consistently make changes. I view UI UX very much as a science. You have a hypothesis, you test it with users, and if it works, bingo, you put it in, you're done. You then have another hypothesis, and you're constantly trying to climb up the ladder. And that's how you take something like this and make it something like this. You're consistently pushing it up via the scientific method of hypothesis, test, release. And that is what a lot of people don't tell you about being a UI UX designer. You're not just a Figma person. And this is also why AI can't take UI UX jobs for me. It can take the Figma portion. You can tell it to make a website with this button here, this button there, this button there, and it will spit out a lovely design. That can be taken. But being the conduit for the team, for the users, being the representative, a lot of it is communication skills, presentation skills, talking to people, not putting your own ego before everyone else's. Is something that's very important to learn as a UI UX designer. You need to listen to people's opinions, take them all on board, and then apply the scientific method to design. And you're constantly having goals to work towards. You're constantly pushing the business further and further, knowing what you're aiming for, testing it. If it's not working, redo it, test it again, applying that method to UI UX design. And that is what I teach over course careers. If you want to learn about this process, then join the community. We've got a great community over there of people looking to become UI UX designers, or certainly looking to stand out when they apply for junior roles. And that is by having more than just Figma in your portfolio. It's by having taken example projects that we do on the course through the user experience design process, and telling stories. We want to be great communicators. So that is what people don't tell you about UI UX design. If you want to learn more, then watch the next video. I'll see you again soon.